All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, all glory, all blessings with infinite honor unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. I want to give double honors to our elder bishops and to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, which rule well and that teach well, with much blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, to the Akim, Wa Akwaf that are tuning in, and to the men that are laboring within the truth, scattered across the four corners of the earth, wherever you may be. Yahweh Bashim Shai Barakatham unto you, to your households, man. Within these evil days, all right, these evil times which we are surely living in, bro. Okay, heavy time, heavy. All right, time of prophecy. All right, right now, we're just gonna read this article. But what you got going on around the world right now, you have countries, all right? You have these major countries going to war, all right? They're warring between each other. Okay, and what is that? You might ask, okay, well, how does that concern me? You know, what did that have to do with me? Well, truth be told, it has to do everything with you, okay, with us. Okay, and especially because of these times that we are living in. All right, these times that we are living in, if you're not aware, okay, very detrimental to your life, really your spirit, man, your soul. Okay, in which the scriptures, the Holy Bible, told us, okay, that these things that are going on right now, all right, are signs, and that these things will go on before the one that the people of the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ. His name is Yahweh Shai. Okay, dark-skinned man, okay, makes his return. So let's read a little bit on these. Let's get a little bit of these articles. Okay, we're gonna start off with this one's from Newsweek. All right, and published the 6th. What's the 6th? So published yesterday, man. It says India strikes 9 sites in nuclear rival Pakistan after Kashmir attack. All right, so India and Pakistan are going to war. Okay, these two countries, they're about to duke it out. It says nuclear rivals India and Pakistan clashed on Wednesday as India launched missile strikes on multiple locations in the Pakistan-controlled territory, killing at least 8 people and injuring dozens, according to Pakistani security officials. Indian officials said shelling from Pakistan had killed 10 civilians in its own territory. So things is getting serious, man. Things is heating up. Okay, you might ask, once again, how does this concern you? All right, and, you know, what does this have to do with you? Okay, because, you know, the mindset of a person that stays in America or Babylon the Great, really, you know, you might think that this doesn't affect you because this is all the way across the world. Okay, and that ain't got nothing to do with you. But truth be told, it has everything and a lot. All right, because both of these countries, all right, they both possess a nuclear arsenal. All right, nuclear missiles that they could shoot off at any time. All right, and make it your business. All right, they don't have no problem shooting thermonuclear missiles over here to America, aka Babylon the Great, and burning this place up and everything that's in this place. Because truth be told, that is the future of America, man. All right, and these people, Pakistan, India, okay, are going to have, all right, a role within America being hit by thermonuclear missiles, man. So it says India said its precision strike targeted infrastructure used by militants following last month's deadly attack on tourists in Indian administered Kashmir, which New Delhi blames on Pakistan-backed militants in an allegation Islamabad denies. All right. It says the missile strikes hit in Pakistan administered Kashmir and Punjab province. Pakistan officials said one missile reportedly struck a mosque in the city of Bawapar, killing a child and wounding a woman and a man, according to one official. And that's just what happens when war happens. Okay, when war goes down. Okay, you have casualties, you have people dying, children, okay, elderly, soldiers, civilians. All right, because guess what? They're at war. All right, and the Lord told us about this. So let's get the book of Matthew, chapter 24, because right now, that is what we're living in right now. The book of Matthew, chapter 24. Current day and age, this is where we at. Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. All right, and for those who may not know, you might be asking, all right, why? Okay, why is it in red letter? Because this is when Yahweh Shai was speaking. Okay, so if you find anything in red letter throughout the scriptures, the text, all right, that's letting you know that the Son of Man himself said these words. Okay, so the Lord warned us. He told us. He gave us a warning. Okay, this is a sign. Okay, right here, this is a sign. India striking Pakistan, that's a sign. All right, which, Lord willing, I remember, so I'm gonna just get it right now. Because also you got Israel and Yemen going at it. All right, in which they just bombed. Israel just bombed Yemen. Okay, and I'm gonna give you the the explanation on why they did it. But ultimately, we understand that it's biblical prophecy. Okay, so it says, and you should hear of wars and rumors of wars. We're seeing wars, man. We're seeing talks about War 3. Okay, we're constantly hearing rumors, okay, of Putin, Vladimir Putin, sending missiles, okay, to Babylon the Great, which is America. Not only that, you have proxy wars going on. India and Pakistan. Okay, that's one example. Israel, all right, and Hamas. Okay, that's another one. Right now, okay, it hasn't really been in the news as much, but you also have China and Taiwan. Okay. Talks about China taking over that place. Let me see. Let's see if we can find something on that. Look. And this was published a day ago. It says China will soon be able to defeat the U.S. in a war over Taiwan. They are preparing to invade, warns top U.S. admiral. So what is this, man? You have these heathens, okay, going to war. All right? They're preparing for war. It says China will soon be able to defeat the U.S. in a war over Taiwan. A top U.S. admiral has warned. The chilling warning comes amid fears that China is preparing for a full-scale invasion of the island as it masses warships and submarines. Taiwanese U.S.-made tank during the military exercises on Taiwan's Penghu Islands. All right, so here it is. Commander of the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command, Admiral Samuel Paperos, raised the alarm at the McCain Institute's annual Sedona Forum in Arizona on Friday. The admiral said that while the U.S. would defeat China in a war over Taiwan, now it may soon lose its advantage, as reported by the Financial Times. Paporo said the United States will prevail in the conflict as it stands now with the force that we have right now, but he added our trajectory on really every force element that is salient is a bad trajectory. All right. China has ramped up its production of weapons, including warships and submarines, and the U.S. doesn't seem to be able to keep up, in which the Lord also told us that these heathens, okay, these other nations would do that. Okay, because ultimately, man, we're getting to the point where World War III, which is going to consist of all these rulers, these presidents, these, the modern day kings, okay, to fight in that war, okay, that the Bible has told us about. So Matthew 24:6, and you should hear of wars and rumors of wars. And right now, that's what we're seeing. So that's what we're living in, all right? We're living in this prophecy. It says, see that ye be not troubled. Okay? Why, though? It says, for all these things must come to pass. So these things are prophecies. Okay? These are like, what's like, time steps, things that must happen, okay, before something else happens, man. Which ultimately, once again, before the returning of our Lord Yahweh Shai. So Lord said, you're going to see wars, you're going to hear of wars, okay? But don't be troubled about these things, because this has to happen, okay? Why? And it says, but the end is not yet. Exactly. And when it goes into the end, he's talking about the end of this current age, man. The current rulership, all right, of the world ran by the wicked. That's what it's referring to, man. That's Ezra. I think it was like Ezra chapter 6. So Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9, which, Lord willing, let me find it real quick. Oh, that's the Lord. Okay. The Wadiyah Bashimashai. So second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9 says, for Esau is the end of the world. All right. And, we got to go into these words, man, and break it down, because you might be wondering, like, damn, what does it mean that Esau, okay, how is this person the end of the world? But it's talking about the offspring of Esau, all right, which is the wicked, the Edomites, which currently they rule the whole earth right now, man. Okay. And really, okay, it's going into, all right, when the Lord takes them out of power, man, by the way of his holy angels, and by that great fight that's going to go on, man, when the Lord makes his return. Okay, how the scriptures tell us how in righteousness doth he judge, and he's going to make war. He's going to make war with these heathens, the people of this earth, okay, for the wrong things that the evil, sick shit they have done to the Lord's chosen people, which are you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. Y'all are the Lord's chosen people, man. The Lord loves y'all, man. Okay, and that's why when the Lord returns, he's gonna do what he's gonna do. All right, but right now we understand, okay, the Lord don't love all of them. He loves a select group of them, okay, which is known as the elect. But it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning. It says, in Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And that Jacob's talking about us, the Israel. All right, because when this man is taken out of power, then, okay, all right, we're going to be back on top, starting with our Lord Yahweh Shai, okay, and our King David, all right, and the elect, man. So let's go back to Matthew 24. All right. Hey, because, bro, this is a clear sign, clear indicator. All right, what's going on in the world and what's going on in the, it's all spiritual. Okay, we ain't got to read no more on that. But, hey, you see here, China will soon be able to defeat the U.S. in the war over Taiwan. They are preparing. Okay, what is preparing? What is that word going to? Let's look it up real quick, man. Why not? Prepare. It says make something ready for use or consideration. So guess what? They're making ready. Okay, why? To invade. What does invade mean? Okay, invade what? You're gonna invade Taiwan, take over that place. It says of an armed force or its commander enter a country or region. So that's what they're preparing to do, to enter into that region of Taiwan. Okay, which ultimately, you know, okay, you're gonna have, either Babylon. Okay, the Americans are gonna fight with China for that land. All right, because their name is all over that. Or they just gonna allow China to fully take that over. And which at the end of the day, regardless, the smoke's still gonna come. So even if America chooses not to retaliate, for that land, okay, these flat faced niggas still gonna want smoke. All right, because really it's the will of the Lord. So China, Taiwan, all right. Look, India and Pakistan, all right. Let's see if Pakistan, India declares war. Hey, let's do it. Hey, fair use. Okay, this is fair use. But as you can see,
3 areas saying civilians, including a child, have been killed. We're also getting terrorist information. Well, Lester, tonight, India says it has targeted 9 sites, quote, hitting terrorist infrastructure. In new video, explosions can be seen and heard in what Pakistan says is 3 areas, saying civilians, including a child, have been killed. We're also getting in this new video of chaotic scenes in a Pakistan hospital. Tensions between the 2 nuclear armed force powers soared after a deadly militant attack on tourists on Indian-administered Kashmir last month. There has been a long-running dispute over Kashmir between India and Pakistan for decades. And tonight, Lester, Pakistan just said it shot down 2 Indian jets. All of it a major test for President Trump, who tonight said, "It's a shame. I just hope it ends very quickly." Lester?
Hey, so when you look all around, bro, there is war going on everywhere, bro. There is turmoil going on everywhere, dog. And that's what the Lord said how it would be before he returns. Okay? Let's see. See if we can read a little bit of it, Oh, it was just a video. It's cool though. All right. Videos is always good. Hey, they got war going on, man. Let's go back to this. Matthew 24 and verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation. Look what's going on, man. Nation, rising up against each other. They all going to war. Okay, you got, Russia. He just waiting. They in the back. The big dog's just waiting, man. Okay, Russia. Because the ultimate war we're looking forward to is America being involved. Fully involved. Okay, getting their hands dirty. So then Russia can step in and deal with that bully. Israel bombs Yemeni port with 30 jets in joint operations backed by the U.S. So they're backed by the U.S. And which we understand, okay, Israel is known as that little flock, which is going to draw out America, Babylon the Great, okay, what's going to get things on and popping, all right? So Israel warplanes targeted the Hadidi port in Yemen with 30 jets. Civilian sites in western Yemen were hit in what Israel media call Operation Port City, coordinated closely with Washington. Ooh. Israel launched a series of airstrikes on Yemen Monday evening in coordination with the United States, claiming the attacks were in response to a missile strike on Ben Gurion Airport the previous day. The full extent of the damage remains unclear. The Israeli military said it targeted sites affiliated with Ansarullah, I'm not reading all that shit, in Hubeidah, western Yemen, including the port of Houdeida, in a concrete factory located east of the city. Israel claimed the port was being used to smuggle Iranian weapons and military equipment to Ansarullah, adding that the group operates with Iranian funding and guidance to destabilize and threaten international navigation. In which, these devils probably lying. Okay, these devils, because that's all they do, bro. Okay, the small hats in Babylon that's backing them up. That's all they do. All they do is cap. All right, look at this. Check this out.
Announced that they are not, or they've been announced to us at least, that they don't want to fight anymore. They just don't want to fight, and we will honor that, and we will stop the bombings, and they have capitulated. But more importantly, we will take their word. They say they will not be blowing up ships anymore.
On the Houthis, can you tell us a bit more about the deal that you've reached with the Houthis that you mentioned?
No, it's not a deal. They've said, please don't bomb us anymore, and we're not going to attack your ships.
And where did you hear about that?
This nigga lying like a bitch, bro. He lying, bro. And y'all believe this, man. Y'all tripping, bro. Don't believe this devil, bro. This nigga's a devil, bro. He really lying to y'all, okay? He really putting that peace and safety spirit on you American citizens, bro. Okay? But once you see them flyers start falling out the sky that read DTA in a different language, in fucking Mandarin and some shit, then you gonna know. You gonna know that this devil lied to you, bro. Okay? Because America is not off the chopping block. This bitch is literally finna... Bro, America's finna get the worst destruction ever known to mankind. And all right, and these people that's set up in power, you see these men in these fucking monkey suits. Okay, their job is to lie to you people and to deceive you, to tell you what you want to hear.
Doesn't matter where I hear it. The very good source, I can tell you. Very, very good.
You heard what this nigga just said. It don't matter where I heard it. A very good source. Yeah, okay. The devil at his best.
Source. Would you say, Marco? I would say pretty good, right, JD?
Look at him. Fucking demons, man.
Very good source. No, they don't want to be. They don't want to be. They don't want to be bombed anymore. Sort of thought that would happen. Houthis have.
Smile and wave, boys. Just smile and wave. That's all they doing. What's in the comments? Man, fuck that. All right. So Matthew 27:7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquake in diverse places. So you already know where we're going to, bro. You already know what time and stage a prophecy is finna hit soon. Famine. Because guess what? Let's check this out. Okay. Cargo, let me see, actually. Due to this tariff war, okay. A lot of food and a lot of goods will not be coming to America, man. Look at this, bro. It says the first boats carrying Chinese goods with 145% tariffs are arriving in LA, which that's California. Shipments are cut in half. Expect the shortages soon. So expect the famine. Expect not seeing your favorite snack on the aisle. Okay, and if you do see it, it might be the last one that's gonna be there for a very, 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 very long time, okay? All right? Until you see, they re-up. Because Trump is going to war. All right? I mean, America is going to war with China. So right now, guess what, man? basically saying, man, you know what, to hell with y'all. We don't got to send any food. We don't got to send no supplies there. Okay, we don't need your service at all anymore. Okay, so bro, expect in these months we coming into, expect to see a famine, bro. Okay, of clothes, shoes, gadgets, electronic wear, electronics, food, everything, you name it, bro. You name it. China definitely, they'll make it, bro. But expect to see a famine of that. And look, it was updated 414. Call y'all Bashima Shah. It says American consumers are on the cusp of tough choices because of President Donald Trump's trade war. Exactly. Your government has just freaked you, all right? Your government has freaked you Americans. Okay? And guess who's feeling the back, and who's feeling that pressure, the pain of going to war with China? You Americans. But you guys voted for this dude. You voted for this man to be in office, and now you're going to face the consequences. It says ships now pulling into U.S. harbors from China are the first to be subject to the massive tariffs that America is imposing on most Chinese imports. That means in a matter of weeks, consumers will face higher prices and shortages of certain items. All right, we're the consumers. If you guys didn't know, you buy every day. Okay, you're not self-sufficient. You have to live off the grid. Okay, through this devil, and guess where he gets his shit from? Other people make his shit, and you buy it from this dude. So we are the consumers. So you're gonna feel the inflation. You're gonna feel, damn, why the fuck are the pack of these Oreos, okay, of 12-pack Oreos, why is these bitches $32? Okay, and which is gonna lead to more frustration in the streets, ultimately to rioting, to looting. Then, thus, JT, which is known as Jacob's Trouble, is gonna pick up more pace, and then to these prophecies just keep falling like dominoes, man. Checkmate, checkmate, then it's just boom. There goes the mighty one, man, Yahweh Shai. All right, and this is happening quick. It's happening fast, man. And Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai is doing this thing. He's doing it. Ain't nobody else. There's no God with him. Ain't no other gods with these powers that's orchestrated this thing to happen, man. Like, this is the Lord's doing, man. Okay, and we can see how and why. Why is it going on? And that's, for us, we're blessed, man. We're truly blessed. The water Yahweh Bashim Shai. It says imports from China have fallen dramatically since Trump imposed steep tariffs. Yeah, because China doesn't want to fuck with us no more, man. Okay. And it says, and that's good, actually. I'm happy. I don't get no damn. I don't care about this stuff. It says partially since last month when the tit-for-tat trade war sent the tariff on the most Chinese goods up to 445%. This week we're down about 35% compared to the same time last year. And these cargo ships coming in are the first ones to be attached to the tariffs that were leveled against China in other locations. Bro, this thing is about to go down. All right? Why do you think executive orders were passed? Okay, why do you think executive orders were passed, okay, of martial law? Because these devils know what they're doing. Man, fuck Esau, okay? Really, man, it's the Lord. Credit, bro, the credit goes to Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, man. Because the Lord knows what he's doing, and it's so strategic and it's amazing, bro. Okay, Lord he's a man of war. This is the tactics of the Lord, because due to this tariff situation, okay, now there's a famine. And now that there's going to be a famine, what do you think that's going to lead to? It's going to lead to people stealing, doing all that they can, okay, just to feed, to fend, to fight, and to feed their families and to feed themselves. In which you have Trump passing these executive laws for a reason. Why? Because now they have the excuse to come down with, force upon the people. all right, to get the people in order out of the chaos that has been man-made, because this is a man-made famine. Don't forget it. This is a man-made famine. So now they're going to clean up. If you catch my drift, all right. But who knows how these devils going to do it? We just know that the Lord's going to allow it to come to pass. And, and all these things going on, we're going to be good, though. Okay? Brothers and sisters, don't forget, bro. Yeah, this hell about to break loose, but we going to be straight. We going to be all right. All right. Okay? We going to be good. Gucci, Ralph, Louis, Fendi. Okay? The Most High, Yahweh, Shimon Shai, already said he's going to make sure that his servants eat. Okay? So remember that, man. It says China and other locations last month. Gene Soroka, executive director of the Port of Los Angeles, told CNN Tuesday that's why the cargo volume is so light. The drop-off in imports from China on the boats now coming into port is more than 50%. Soroka said many imports have canceled previous orders because U.S. businesses aren't interested in paying the steep tariff, which can more than double the price of Chinese goods. So, yeah, man. Hey, you see it. All right, you see it. Matthew 24. That's where we at. So Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Which they're doing right now. They're preparing right now, man. And some are already going at it. It says, and there shall be famines, in which the famine is coming to America, man. It's coming, bro. And pestilences. Okay, you don't think this devil's brewing something up in these labs? Okay, you crazy as hell. And it says, in earthquakes in diverse places. Verse 8 is the point, okay? And that you understand what's going to freak on. Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. This is the beginning of sorrows, man. Let's see what sorrows means. Actually, let's go to Etymon. Let's go to the Etym online. Understand what sorrow means, okay? Because scripture says that all these are, the Lord, Yahweh Shai said, all these, okay, are the beginnings of sorrows. Okay, a bad time, man. So sorrow, it says grief, regret, trouble, care, pain, anxiety. All right, to worry, be sick. In which we understand Jeremiah 30, chapter 30, verse 6 to 7. It tells us, man, okay, that the paleness, okay, that's going to be on the faces of these people, okay, which they're going to be sick. They're going to be vexed, man. It's going to be really bad out here, bro. It's about to get bad. It's about to get ugly, man. Okay. Truth be told, man, the Lord is about to send a lot of sickness to the shores of Babylon the Great, okay? America, bro. So, hey, check it out, man. Check it out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying, man. To the hope for the leg. What's up with this shit, man? Lord willing, I covered some, these Salakia. Lord willing. I covered enough articles to paint the picture, and you get the point. Because we are here, bro. All right? We here. So, Lord, when this lesson was edifying, in closing, I want to give all praises, honor, with infinite glory unto Yahweh, Baal Shem, Yahweh Shai, Baal Shem, Rachah Chodash. Till next time, I say Shalom. And also, I'm going to give thanks to Yahweh, Baal Shem, Yahweh Shai, for giving me the Rachah Chodash to do this lesson, to edify, and to feed the sheep. So next time I say Shalom, wa abad basum. Shalom.